think when we talk about being young entrepreneurs, there's two flip sides to it. It's like actually being age young and just not having business experience, because there are people who are much older than us who are still young entrepreneurs
in the world, in the sense of the industry, right? Yeah.
And so transitioning into, how did you find your first mentor? Like, whether you're 40 or whether you're 14, if you're starting your first business, you are still a young entrepreneur, and having a mentor who can show you the ropes and guide you is always going to be a valuable thing. How did you approach your, oh shit, was that your first mentor?
Yeah.
So how did you think about approaching me?
So
and getting an
let me just clear the air, because there's a lot of people who, like, people probably fucking DM you too all the time, like, bro, can you mentor me, all this shit. Like, that doesn't work. Like, don't expect to DM any of us and think that we're gonna take you under our wing. Like, that shit just doesn't work. Like, we don't know you. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, just go ahead and get that out there. If you want to find the real mentor, get up off your ass and go in person. That's what I do.
100%.
You gotta go to events
be there.
in person. Like, that's where people get to know you. That's where they get to meet you. Like, you could probably see, like, in my eyes, like, I was hungry, like, I wanted
100%.
it. Like,
You were dialed, bro.
Exactly. Like, that's
dialed.
what people need to see. Like, and if I think that you just don't get that same thing online. I've never met someone, like, I've networked with people online, but I've never, like, built the same connection that I've built with people I've met in person. And
100%.
I think that's, like, the number one biggest thing is face-to-face relationships.
Oh my God, that's such good advice. I'm thinking of, like, every mentor that I've had.
You've never, like, met
I
someone
never
online?
DM'd. It wasn't like a cold message. It was like, I met them at an event. They could feel my energy. They could feel my heart. They could hear the questions that I was asking.
And your tone, like, it just, like, everything that in person, like, it's just, like, I don't know what it is. Like, it's just, like, the closure rate of finding mentors in person is, like, gotta be 99. Like, but online, like,
they can't feel you.
Yeah, like, they don't know who you are. Like, they probably get 1,000 DMs a day. What makes you different from that other person is the biggest thing. Like, because you got to remember, these people that you're trying to get to mentor, you're trying to get them to mentor because they're successful. So think about, if they're overly successful, there's going to be so many people that want to know what they know. So how do you make yourself different? That's the biggest thing.
That's so good. I don't even think I have anything to add to that. I think that's a mic drop right there.
That's the one.
Because, like, you know, I've had a lot of mentors at this point, and the common denominator is truly that I met them in person.
I've always thought about that, because there's so many kids my age that are like, how'd you find your mentor? How do you do this? But they're too lazy to go in person and put themselves out there.
They might be scared.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's another thing, is don't be afraid of, you got to be social. Like, there's no way to, like, you can't half-ass relationships. You can't be like, hey, and then, like,
and the other thing that I would add to this, like, when you go in person, you want to be very intentional with your questions. The thing that I liked the most about you is, like, you were dialed. You weren't just like, can you mentor me? Like, that's not going to work. You know, people want to know that you're hardworking. People want to know that you are intentional. People want to know that you're smart, right? You want to be dealing with intelligent people. And oftentimes those characteristics you can showcase by the questions that you ask. So being really clear on, like, what information am I trying to get? You know, asking someone questions that they might not get all the time, like, how would you advise me if you were 18 again, or if you were 20 again, or if you were starting all over again, what would you do differently? That was one of my favorite questions when I met people who were farther along than me, because it forced them to think and get out of that, like, cycle of just answering things about deals or answering technical things. So be very intentional about the questions that you ask. Show up in person and ask intentional questions. And through that, you might meet the right mentor for you.
Exactly. Definitely.
So let's deal with the fact that people are scared to show up in person.
Yeah,
you know, doubt, like, insecurity. What advice would you give them?
That falls under mindset. Like, you just need to get to a place where you don't care anymore, and you're so focused on your goal that nothing will really have any sort of impact on what you want to do. Like, you just have to get to a spot, I guess, because, like, I was asking questions in a room full of people that knew a lot more than me. Like, the first meetup that I ever went to when I met her, I didn't know anything about real estate. Like, I didn't even know what an EMD was. These people, like, talking about, like, throwing EMD out there, like, what the hell are they talking about? And I'm sitting in the back, and mind you, there's probably 50, 60, 40-plus-year-old people here that have years and years and years and years and years of experience, and then you have me, a 16-year-old kid that's just, like, completely lost, doesn't know what they're doing. But I still had the courage to get up and ask questions, and I was there to learn. Like, and another thing is that I'll tell you is, if you really want to meet people, talk to everyone twice. And that's what I think I did. I talked to everyone twice.
Really?
Yeah, beginning, end.
What the?
Light off again.
Maybe it gets tired.
Maybe it has a personality.
Let's use this as a learning moment. Like, even when you're tired, keep going.
Yeah, let's turn the light back on. No,
All right.
Okay.
It's on white. It's good.
Okay. Where were we?
You were saying that you talk to everyone twice?
Yeah, so I tried to talk to everyone twice, and sometimes I'll even ask them, like, who have you met here? Like, what do you do? Like, stuff like that. Like, what are like, my biggest thing that I used to ask was, how can I add value to you?
Interesting. Okay.
That was the biggest thing I would ask, is how can I add value to you? Because I know if like someone came up to me saying, how can they add value to me? I know they're serious. Like they're willing to put the work in, because
it's a good question.
It's definitely a great question.
It showcases that you're there to serve, you know.
And you don't just care about yourself.
Yeah, one of the ways that I typically, and this is kind of advanced, like that's a very good way to get in the door and like really get insight and data on who you're talking to. One of the things that I do now when I'm networking is,
dude, you gotta upgrade your equipment.
Dude, what is going on?
Okay, so
one of the things that I do now when I'm networking is I'll ask enough. I have a lot of insight on business and how it works. So I'll ask how they're marketing. I'll ask who's on their team. I'll ask what are they still struggling with. Where are the bottlenecks, right? Like
right.
A lot of
beginners. For a person that's new to this, what are the 3 things that are like the best way to start a conversation with someone who's like?
So if you're one of the major questions that I always loved when I was getting started, like I almost didn't know what to ask.
Right.
I always would ask people who were farther along, what do they wish they knew when they started?
That's a good one.
What do you wish you knew when you started? You know? And it gives you some insight. It makes them think. It creates an opportunity to connect with them. So let's go to doubt. Dealing with doubt.
Yeah.
Once you start getting going, once you start getting the mentor, once you start taking action, I guarantee you there will be days where you say, is this going to work?
Yeah, and you're probably going to say this might work for them, but it won't work for me. Like, stuff like that is definitely...
Oh, shit. Are you at 3:30?
Yeah, 2 hours.
Okay, no worries. Sorry. All right, we're getting kicked out. All right, well, thank you guys for watching. We got 3 questions answered. And yeah, we'll continue at a later date.
That'll have to be a part 2.
That's right.
You guys need to continue. Just go ahead. I'll just finish up out here.
You sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right.
Looks
scratch
like,
that.
Yes.
Part
Cut
2
that
right
out.
now.
Part 2 right now.
Just that's what you
Okay.
do when you have good energy. Okay, dealing with doubt. What do you do on days where you're like, will this work?
I think at some sense you just have to be delusional. Like you like genuinely just have to really, really, really think that you are gonna make it and that this is gonna work for you. Like if you listen to everyone that hasn't made it, who hasn't even stepped their foot in the door in the business, why the fuck would you care about what they have to say? Like I think that's what fuels doubt, is listening to other opinions. I think that's one of the biggest things.
You definitely can't listen to people who
Yeah,
are
I mean,
not
you
there.
don't know if your idea is going to work until you try it. Like, there's no reason you should stop at square one. Like, you should go and give it a shot.
That's such good advice. Like, if there's doubt creeping in, identify whose voice is it. Is it yours? Or is it your mom's? Is it your coworkers? Like, oftentimes the doubt you experience is really someone else speaking.
Definitely.
Inside your head.
And if the doubt is coming from within, like, you have to ask why. Like, is there factual evidence to prove why that wouldn't work, or are you just going off that because you think you can't do it?
Such good advice.
Yeah.
Such good advice. When I think about doubt, that's such a good approach to it. When I think about doubt, I kind of use this framework of like, what are my other options? Like, okay, I don't know if it's gonna work. Well, what's one way for sure it's not gonna work? If I quit,
Right.
you know. So
and what do you have to lose if you go for it? Maybe you
Yes.
lose some money, but you got to remember, money is a tool. Like when you get in the business, you start looking at it as a tool. Like, yes, money is great and all, but like you shouldn't be hoarding your
Hoarding
money.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Like you should be willing to
use
take
it
risks
to
and
grow.
try new
Yes.
things. Like put yourself out there, and I think that's one of the biggest things. What do you think is like the number one thing that I guess fuels doubt for people besides other opinions?
I think it's evidence, you know, like small commitments lead to big commitments. And so if you don't keep the small commitments you made to yourself, then it makes sense that you have doubt. Like if you say I'm going to the gym and you don't go, no wonder you fucking doubt yourself. Like you have to make sure that you keep the commitments you make to yourself, and that credibility in your own head will force you and build your own reputation to yourself as you continue to go go through business, you develop so much confidence from the small commitments you keep to yourself.
Definitely.
Like, you say I'm gonna make calls, make the fucking calls. Because if you don't, you will doubt your own word, which is really, really dangerous.
Definitely. And don't think that it's wrong to have doubt. Like, everyone has doubt. And if people didn't doubt anything, then they wouldn't feel as good when they actually did something that was good. Like, if, you know what I mean? Like, if I didn't doubt my real estate business was going to work, when I actually made money from it, it wouldn't feel that good.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, the feeling of, damn, this might not work. Like, stuff like that. Like, everyone has that. You just have to figure out a way to kind of push it aside and not let it consume you.
Yeah. Okay, wrapping up, how do people actually implement? There's so much noise, there's so much advice, there's so many different ways to do things, there's so many different things to do. How do people make a decision and implement things quickly?
That's a good one. I mean, for an example for me was right after we met, 3 days later, I closed the deal. Like,
Damn, this slate is going in the trash after this.
yeah, I know.
But how did it not do
This
this?
light's doubting us.
How did it not do this for me?
I don't know. It's whatever.
weird.
Let's thug it out.
Um,
But yeah, that's a good example for me, I guess, is implementing what I learned right away. Like, you have to remember that you only have so much time on this earth. Like, you can't waste any time. And
yeah.
that's what I think that's what the biggest thing for me is when it comes to taking action is, like, I don't want to waste any time. Like, if I have an idea, I'm taking action on it right as I think about it.
Yeah. I wonder what holds people back from moving forward really quickly. For me, you
It's
know,
the
like,
doubt. It's got to be the doubt.
it's got to be the doubt that they can't do it.
It's exactly
Yeah.
what it is.
So rewind and rewatch that clip.
Yeah.
Rewatch the clip about doubt. For me, there's so much you can consume. You know, like your brain is not meant. It's not a storage unit. You know, like don't go and consume. You really know something when you can do the thing, right? And you do it over and over and over again. A good example of this is it's very easy to take notes. It's a passive activity to take notes. When you're actively involved in taking action, that's when you really solidify your knowledge. So if your goal is to learn a new thing, the best way to learn a new thing is by just fucking doing the thing, right? Don't study, go and study the thing maybe for a day or for a small period of time. But after a certain amount of time, going and doing more studying has diminishing returns. You have to go and take action and get that live experience of doing the thing. And then you grow and grow and grow from the experience of doing the thing. I'm sure you know this from like taking calls.
Definitely. I think you like just have to get in the heat of battle. And like I think what really works for most people, like I guess both of us, we've probably started something without fully knowing what we're doing and figuring it out along the way. Like that's part of taking action is like
that's so
you
good.
can't have a full A to Z plan written out before you start. Like you might figure out A to B to B to C, but you don't know the rest of the letters. Like you'll find that once you start. Like you don't have the answer to everything right away. Yeah.
You don't need to know everything to start.
Definitely.
Trying to know everything before you start is going to hold you back.
Exactly. You just need to know like what your goal is, and that's it. Figure the middle. Like this is you. This is your goal. Figure the middle part out. Like later, who gives a fuck?
Absolutely.
Like, that's the best part.
Okay, let's end on implementation.
That's
no more watching. Like this video, subscribe if you learned something, if you enjoyed, if you're going to go out there and implement the things that you took away here today. Like the video. We appreciate you. Dylan, any final words for the
fucking
viewers?
take action.
Take action.
Good luck.
Good luck. All right, thanks, guys.